Hello guys, thanks for jumping back into my channel. This is MindYourCrypto. My name is Bill and today I'm going to talk about Enjin Coin ENJ. I'm going to make a technical analysis and the price prediction for the short term, of course, and talk about the long term. If you like the content, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button and share. This is a new channel, guys. Thank you so much already for the support, and let's go quickly to our Fibonacci retracement and the blue line and the signal line, the MACD, of course, I'm talking always about. Right now, what I want you guys to see is that the huge pump up starting from 23rd February and ending here. Okay, then we had a kind of a correction, not a big correction according to the pump that we had before, and I will explain to you later. This is very healthy for the coins. And of course now we moved from this Fibonacci level of 0.382. I've done this from the bottom to the top because I expect it to grow, okay? I expect Enjin Coin to grow, not to retrace back. Okay, so here we moved from this line out on this line, on the red line here, and I want to see ENJ going like this and forming this as new support level again. But of course, in my opinion, if it doesn't break through this resistance level, I wouldn't buy for the short term. I insist in this term, okay? So, right now, the MACD level is beyond the signal line, the orange line, which means we are in a bearish situation. But look at the coin. Enjin Coin is moving upwards while we see that sideways kinda moving these two lines here, the orange line and the blue line here, the MACD and the orange line, and the MACD being beyond. When the MACD is beyond the signal line, which means we have a bearish situation. That's why here we had this signal line here and the blue line here, and the blue line was way above the signal line, as you can see here. That's why we had this huge pump up. But of course, the risk is high. When the distance between those lines is very huge, then the risk is very high as well. I always insist in that, guys, and many people don't realize when we had this bullish scenario, we also have a risk behind. Okay, so now we need to maintain this support level, this Fibonacci support level, and see it going upwards or moving even sideways between those two lines, then pumping up again. So let's go now to the RSI and the commodity channel index. What I want to show you here, guys, is when both of these indexes are above its top levels. For example, here RSI went above 70. And the RSI is between 30 and 70, of course, and the CCI is between minus 100 to 100. When the two indexes go above, well, then we have a huge risk, as well as here you can see, guys, both of these indexes were above those lines and we have a risk. That's why we had this correction. Now what we are seeing right now is CCI and the RSI maintaining between 30 and 70 and minus 100 and 100. But they are going downwards, but at the same time the price remains high. That's very good news for ENJ, Enjin Coin. Okay, of course I want to see here not dropping so much but maintaining this support level for the RSI, we can call it support level, and this support level for the CCI as well at minus 118, and here between 56 and above. But we will see about that, and CCI and the RSI don't matter right now. Okay, so let's go now to the Bollinger Bands and Enjin Coin to see that we had a squeeze point here. It was certainly that we wanted to buy for the NFT market and for the NFT space. You know that the hype, Tesla CEO, even many people are pretty excited about NFT space, and Enjin Coin has a fantastic team behind. So right now here, as you can see here, we had this huge volatility, this huge high risk. That's why we had this correction over here from starting from 16 March, from 15 March, okay, and dropping down. But we need to see here, guys, this trend line here. If we remain above this trend line, we can see it going even further up in the short term, or even if we go sideways, it will be always okay. Even going sideways, we don't want to see it dropping. Okay, so right now the huge volatility means the higher the risk. That's why here we had these huge big candles going above the top line here, as you can see guys, for the Bollinger Bands, and then having a correction again. So right now the bottom line bands and the top line bands, we had this huge here, and right now they tend to go against each other, they tend to go near each other. Okay, so that's why we want to see it going a bit sideways, but of course it is very healthy for a coin after this huge pump up to go and have this little correction. And of course the Enjin Coin is moving now upwards again. It's incredible, right? So let's see now Enjin Coin against Bitcoin in the 4-hour frame, and right now what I want to see here is the 50-day MA remaining beyond the 20-day MA and 30-day MA. Here you can see we almost got above, but right now we still remain beyond the two lines here. We still remain, if I zoom in, we still remain beyond the two lines, of course. And now what I really like here, guys, is that we are going sideways. We had this huge pump, this minor correction here, and we are going sideways. And I want to see for the future the Enjin Coin right now, what it will do. If I were you, I wouldn't invest right now. And I think that we need to surpass some minor resistance level first. Of course, if you want to invest for the long term, then I am with you. Okay, if you want to be patient and just put your money there and let them grow with Enjin Coin, then I am with you, but I'm talking for the short term. We need to be more sure about the certain things, and I'm always here, guys, to remind you the buying opportunities, but always the risk behind every move, because I want to lower the risk, maximize the profits, lower the risk, minimize the risk, maximize the profits, minimize the risk, maximize the profits. Okay, so here that's why we had this huge sell pressure. I'm going to daily frame Enjin Coin against Bitcoin, and why we had this huge sell pressure here is because we almost reached this point that Enjin Coin had at 2019. And so you can see the pattern that followed after. It went a bit upwards again from here, then went bit sideways, and then it crumbled down. Okay, and according to historical data, we need to be, of course, careful. That's why I tell you for the short term, I don't know. But the reality here for the NFT space is always the hype and the people, the demand behind the people are into the NFT market, and Enjin Coin is a very good project. So I don't know if it will do the same pattern here, if it will follow the same pattern of going downwards and crumbling. I am not so sure about that. Historical data, of course, gives us a huge thing here that we can see it going upwards again, then going down. We will see that again here? I am not so sure. Let's wait. And Enjin Coin, of course, against Bitcoin in the weekly frame. The same here, guys. We had this top line here, and then we crumbled down. Same with here, and now we are above the RSI here, and the CCI are above the levels. You can see it here. It happened here again, and you can see it here as well. But that doesn't mean it will happen again, because right now this is different for NFT space and the NFT market, of course. But I always want you to take into consideration the historical data, guys. Of course, it is very good to be hyped. Of course, it is very good to go for Enjin Coin, but in the short term, let's be careful a bit. For the long term, I'm with you. I would HODL the Enjin Coin for the long term. I think it's better to HODL the Enjin Coin for the long term. Okay, in my opinion right now. But if you want to go in for the short term, then I advise you, this is always my opinion, guys, it's not always something you should do your own research, but I advise you to wait a bit. And now you can see what I was talking about, going back to Enjin Coin against USD in the 4-hour frame. You can see what I was talking about, the pump up here, 872%, as you can see. And now the correction is always 36%. And we maintain these Fibonacci levels, we even go above this, and now this is our support level for the time being. Of course, I am optimistic about it for the long term, but in the short term, I want Enjin Coin to go above this level here, above this resistance area over here, so I will be more sure when to buy. A friend of mine asked if he wanted to invest, if he had to invest in Filecoin when it was like $220 around there. And I told him that I'm not into this huge risk, and then it dropped. I don't want to risk my investments when we have a very high risk. I don't want to risk my investments. Right now, we need to wait and see if it can maintain this support level, which is very good news going above, but also if it can surpass this previous resistance level for the short term. If it can do it, then of course guys, you can go bullish again and buy. Okay. So let's go to Enjin Coin and the market cap and the circulating supply. When you multiply the circulating supply with the price, you get the market cap. Right now it sits 2 billion. Of course, for NFT space, it is still low. In my opinion, in the next years, NFTs will grow. Enjin Coin is a great project, that always goes friendly, environmental friendly project. Okay, because I've seen many other coins that don't care so much as Enjin Coin for the environment, and the environment in the next few years will play a more significant role than it already plays right now. So the market cap sitting at $2 billion is cheap. Okay, of course we need to take into consideration the market cap when we call a coin cheap and not the price. That's why I tell you guys, I compare the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin's market cap to this market cap, and I think this is still cheap for the long term. It has huge potential, don't get me wrong, but right now I think we need to see some more levels of support and resistance levels, and always keep in mind that we have some risk beyond the short term. So that's it for today. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are. Stay tuned for more. Bye.